Hello class 9. Class 9, this time you have not given your best in your preliminary examinations. This shows that you are not serious with your studying. This is very bad, students. You have one opportunity to show your efforts in final examinations. See the videos and try to understand what teachers have explained in the videos. This is very bad, students. You are ignoring your teacher's effort. You are not seeing videos. Now, I hope that you will not disappoint your teachers in these examinations. Let's start. In this video, we will revise programs because I have seen you have not done programs properly. You have some problem to doing program. So, we will start a revision of programs. Now, you will do these programs in your computer notebook. Try to not copy. You will do this program. First you will understand. After that you will do this program by yourself. Hope you will do. First program is write a program to input a number, check and display whether it is Nivine number or not. Nivine number. A number is said to be Nivine if it is divisible by the sum of its digits. Suppose we have entered a number 126. First we will sum of these digits 1 plus 2 plus 6. It will become 9. When we will divide 126 by 9, then it will be divisible by 9. So that this is the Nivine number. Now we will make the programs. I told you that you will write 6 lines same. But in this exam I have seen some students can't these lines also not same. They have no knowledge how to write these lines. I told you that first line import java.util.star then terminator. Then public class Nivine. Because we are making Nivine program, so that I have given the name Nivine. Then curly bracket start public static void main string args. Then curly bracket start scanner in is equal to new scanner system dot in. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line are same. Now we will see what type of data we want for this program. Suppose the first we will enter a number so that int num. Then we will divide that number so divisible factor means modulus. Then we will write a number also p. Then we will find the sum so that sum we will also want, and sum we don't know, so that sum is equal to 0. First we will enter the number system out println enter a number. Then we will write the data type of that number. Num is equal to in dot next int. In this I have taken num. You also take n in place of num. So now I will write p is equal to num, means p and num are equal. Now we will put the loop, do while loop we will use do curly bracket start. Then first we will divide that number. D is equal to sum. First we will divide the sum by 10, means 9. Then sum is equal to sum plus d. Then num is equal to, this is wrong. I have written wrong this. First we will d is equal to sum divided by 10. No, num divided by 10, not sum. Then sum is equal to sum plus d. The modulus which will come, that will plus by the sum. Suppose we have first we will divide 126 by 10. Then sum will become 6. After that 12 divided by 10. This remainder will become 2. Then divided by 1. Then remainder will become 1. So that 1 plus 2 plus 6. We will doing here. Now num, we will divide that number by 10. Here we will find the quotient. In this we will find the remainder. Then curly bracket close. This is the rule to find a Newine number. First we will find the modulus, then we will sum that modulus with the sum, then we will divide that number by 10 to find the quotient. Then curly bracket. Now while num is not equal to 0 means the number which we have input, that number is not equal to 0. If p, that number, is divided by sum and equal 0 means if p, the number which we have entered, divided by the sum became 9 and answer will become 0. It will become 0. No reminder is here. Then system out print a Newine number. Otherwise, if any reminder is here, then it will print not a Newine number. Then 2 times curly bracket we have opened here, so that 2 times we will close here. Now variable descriptions. Name, data type and function. Now we have taken 2 number num and p. Both are same. Data type in enter number. Then s in data type in sum of the number. And d is equal to int and modulus. This s will become sum. This is sum. Sum in sum of the number. Hope you understood. Now next program to find the neon number. A neon number is said to be if sum of the digits of the square of the number is equal to the number itself. Suppose we have entered 9. First we will find the square of 9. 9 multiply 9 became 81. When we will plus these digits which we have find after square of this number, then the number will be same with the entered number. 8 plus 1 became 9. So for this we will make program import Java, public class neon, then curly bracket public static void main string args, then curly bracket start, scanner in is equal to new scanner system dot in. 6 line are same. Now for this we want int n. In previous program I have taken num, but here I am taking n. Then d for modulus, p for square of the number, and sum is equal to 0 because we don't know the sum. First we will enter the number, then we will write the data type of that number. First we will find the square root as given in the question. P is equal to n multiply n. The number which we have entered, first we will find the square of that number. Then we will write the do loop, do while loop. First we will write do, then condition. Curly bracket, first we will divide that number to find the modulus by 10. Then sum is equal to sum plus d. Then p. Now we will not divide that number by 10. Now we will divide the the product which we have find square divided by 10. Sum is equal to sum plus d. Then p is equal to p divided by 10 for quotient. Curly bracket close. Same condition while p is not equal to 0 means square is not equal to 0. If sum equal number, if sum of the number that is equal to the entered number, then print neon number, otherwise it will print not a neon number. 2 times we will close bracket here because this bracket we have closed here, so that these 2 brackets we will close in the end of the program. Now variable description, name, data type, function. N int enter number, s int sum of the number. Sum we have taken by mistake, I have written s. You can, if you are taking s here, then you will write s. If we have write sum, then you will write sum here. D is equal to int for modulus. P is equal to int product or square of the number. Now next program. This write a program to input a number, check and display whether it is a perfect number or not. Now a number is said to be perfect. This is not neon. This is perfect. A number is said to be perfect if sum of the factors including 1 and excluding the number itself is the same as the original number. Suppose we have entered 6. First we will find the factor of 6. The factor of 6 is 1, 2 and 3. Then we will find the digits of these factors. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Both the sum and the entered number will be same. So this is a perfect number, otherwise this is not a perfect number. Same way, import Java util public class perfect number, curly bracket public static void main scanner in, 6 line are same. Now int n for enter number, s for sum of the number, because we are finding only sum and enter the number, so that we have taken 2 System out println enter number, then we will write the data type. For I, we will start the loop. I is equal to 0, I less than or is equal to n, the number which we have taken till that number I plus plus. Then curly bracket, if n, the number divided by the first, it will start 0, 0 equal 0. Then the digit will come here. S is equal to S plus, the first I will come here, then second I, then third I. Means first is 0 plus 0 became 0, then next is 1, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, then next, then till 3 it will come. Then curly bracket close. Now if some excuse me, equal number, then system out println perfect number, otherwise not a perfect number, then 2 times curly bracket will be closed here. Now variable description n, int, enter number, s, int, sum of the number, I, int, for loop. Here we have taken 3, then we will write only 3 here. I have not taken I here, but you will take I also here, and this is also I. By mistake I have written it capital I, but it is small I. Now next program, the electricity board charges for their consumers according to the units. This type of program we have done earlier, but you will revise this program for your final term. Only you will revise these programs for your final examinations, which I will start to explaining in my this video and upcoming video. Now unit consumed and charges. 100 units up to 100 units 5.50 per unit. For next after that 100 and next 200 units 6.50 unit. For next 300 units 7.50 unit. More than 600 units rupees 8.50 units. All are given in the questions. Write a program to input consumer's name, consumer's number and units consumed. The program display the following information after calculating the amount. First is consumer's name, number, then consumer, the money receipt like come in this form, consumer's name, unit consumed and amount to be paid. First you will write the message, then import Java. Now class name electricity bill, because it is related to electricity bill, so that we are taking the name of class electricity bill. Curly bracket, public static void main string args. 6 line are same, which I told you. Now in this program we want int n, number of the consumer, and u, unit which will be consumed by the consumer. Then string name, because this is for consumer's name. Then double amount, because it will be the charges come written in decimal, so that the result will come in decimal, so that we will take double amount. Amount is equal to 0, because we don't know about the amount, what will amount will be paid. Now first you will enter the consumer's name and name data type in dot next line. It is not int, it is string data type, so that in dot next line. Then you will enter consumer's number int data type, so that we will declare int data type. Now enter unit consumed, it is also in int, so that it is data type will also be int. First we have entered these 3 things. You will do this program according to this. First you will try to understand this program, then you will do. Now curly bracket start if unit is less than and equal to 100, because up to 100 amount is equal to unit multiply. You will not multiply 100 by 5.50. You will multiply unit multiply 5.50, which are given in the question. Now next, if unit is greater than 100 but less than and equal to 300, because 100 amount is this, so that, and less than and equal to 300, then amount is equal to this amount will for 100 units, so that we will write 100 multiply 5.50 plus then then bracket. Now you will minus the unit 100 units, because 100 units you have written here, so that unit minus 100, then you will multiply by 6.50. These are the next 200 units amount. Now next condition, if unit is greater than 300 but unit is less than and equal to 600, then amount will be this amount. 100 multiply 5.50, this is the 100 units amount. Then 200 multiply 6.50, this is the 200 units amount. Means 100 and 200 became 300. Now first you will minus these 300, u minus 300, then you will multiply by the 7.50. Next rupees. This is up to 600 units amount. Now if unit is greater than 600, first you will write 100 unit amount, then plus 200 unit amount, then plus 300 unit amount. Then you will minus u minus 600, because 3 plus 2 plus 100. It will become 600, so that first you will minus u minus 600, then multiply by 8.50. This will amount for unit consumed by 600 units, greater than 600 units. Then curly bracket close. Now you will print system out println money receipt in this form. Then system out println consumer's name is equal to plus name, because consumer's name is stored in the name data type, so that consumer's name is equal to plus name. System out println consumer's number is equal to plus n. System out println unit consumed is equal to plus u. Then system out println amount to be paid, it will store in the AMT, so that plus AMT. This format given in the question, so that you will first you will write the format, then you will write the data type which will enter, which will display these things. Now 2 times we have closed these programs here, because this closed here. Now variable description, n int consumer's name, u int unit consumed, AMT double data type amount paid, and name string data type consumer's name. Hope you all understood this program. Now next program is switch program. Using the switch statement, write a menu driven program to calculate the maturity amount of a bank deposit. The user is given the following options. Switch case program we have done. This is first for term recurring and second is recurring deposit. And the formulas are given. This is for term deposit and this is for recurring deposit. First you will write 6 lines same, then you will write int n for n for time and ch for choice. Now double p for principal, r for rate and a for amount, which we will find here. Now system out println. So first we will write the first system out println menu list. System out println 1 for term deposit and system out println 2 for recurring deposit. Now system out println, enter your choice, and choice is ch is equal to in dot next int. This here you will write the data type. In this you will not write data type, because here you are making the menu. We are making the menu according to the program. 1 for term deposit and 2 for recurring deposit. Now switch ch. In each and every switch program, switch, then the choice which we have taken. Here we have taken ch, so that we will write ch. Curly bracket case 1. Case 1 for first case. System out println. For this you will enter principal, rate and time. Then p data type next double, r data type also in double, n data type in int form, because time are given in integer term. Now you will write the formula from the question. A is equal to p multiply maths par 1 plus r 100 point and par is n. Then system out println amount under term deposit rupees is equal to plus a. This we will print here. Then break. Now case 2 which are given in the question. System out println enter principal, rate and time. Then write the data type. Now you will write the formula which are given in the question. You will write this formula, so that here n we have taken maths par, because n is in the par form. Now you will write the formula system out println amount under recurring deposit is equal to plus a. Only 2 cases are here. Now break, then default, system out println invalid choice, then 3 times bracket will be closed here. 1 for this and 2 for that. Now variable description, name, data type and function. N int for time, ch int for choice, p double for principal, r double for rate and a double for amount. Hope you all understood this program. Try to this program by yourself. First you will try to understand this program by the video. If you have any problem, you can ask me through mail and you can come to school to take permission from the office to understand this program. Thank you.